Hey everyone, Nicole here with fitnessblender.com, and today I have your total body weighted strength circuits. For the workout today, we're going to kick things off with a 5-minute dynamic warm-up. From there, we'll head into the main part of our workout, which is about 18 minutes. In that, we have 2 strength circuits, and we also have 2 HIIT interval bursts to get your heart rate up. We'll finish with a 5-minute cool down. For equipment today, I recommend a couple sets of dumbbells in the medium to medium heavy range, and modifications will be provided today. So let's go ahead and grab our things and get started. We've got a 5-minute warm-up heading our way, 10 exercises, 30 seconds each. 10 seconds, and we will get started first with torso rotation. So we'll head one direction first, and then halfway point, we'll switch directions. Hands on the hips, soft bend in those knees. We're just gonna rotate down and around. Movement at the hips here. Feeling a nice stretch through the sides of your body, through your hips, through your low back. Good, switch directions. Good, get as big of a range of motion as you feel comfortable with here. Standing leg curls up next. So start to kick your heel up towards your glutes, potentially getting those arms involved if that feels good to you. You can see I am driving my elbows towards the back of the room as I'm kicking up. Main goal here is to really activate the back of your leg, your hamstrings. Good, keep alternating a few more seconds here. Next up, good morning with and around the world. Feet shoulder distance apart, hands overhead, slight bend in those knees. Let's go good morning. We're gonna do it around the world. Drive those hands down behind you, back overhead, and then stand up tall. Good morning around the world, holding that hinge position. Feeling that length through the back of the legs. Feeling those shoulders start to fire up, start to activate a little bit. Dynamic side lunge. I want a nice wide stance, toes facing forward. We're going to shift our weight to one side, sit into the heel, little pulse and shift. Pulse and shift. So it's just long enough to activate the leg and also get a nice little inner thigh stretch. Keep your chest lifted here. Pulse and switch. Good. Next up, we've got a combination move. Reverse lunge, rotation, single leg deadlift. Starting on that right side, let's go arms out front. Right leg is planted, step back left, rotate to the right, come forward, stand up, single leg deadlift still on that right leg. Reverse lunge, right leg remains planted throughout this entire thing. Good. Twist while you hold that lunge. Soft bend in that knee, flat back, deadlift. We're going to switch sides here next. So left leg is planted this time, reverse lunge. Twist over that front leg, up, deadlift. You're welcome to balance, catch your balance in between each, or just head right into it. Keep those hips and shoulders squared to the floor with that deadlift. Last few seconds, and we're going into inchworm with the spider lunge. Good, we're gonna find one end of our space with some room out front. Inchworm, walk it all the way out. Spider lunge, plant that foot, hold for 1 second, step it back, stand it up. Opposite side this time with that spider lunge leg. Nice little hip stretch, plank, and up. Downward dog with a plank knee drive. So from plank position, we're going to send those hips back, push through the forefinger and thumb, and then come forward into plank as we drive our knee, and then take it back to down dog. So knee comes center here, right between the elbows, right underneath the chest. Keep alternating that leg in between down dogs. Back up to your feet. We've done alternating squat with squat jump. Squat. If you're ready to leave the floor, add that squat jump in every other time. If not, you are 100% welcome to come to a calf raise instead of that jump. Same goes for the rest of the workout. We've got a few high impact moves, but I'll always offer you the low impact option. So never feel afraid to take that jump out. Good. Last but not least, butt kicks. Let's finish off right here. Kick those heels up towards your glutes. Chest up nice and tall. Elbows in. Got a fun, packed workout coming your way today. Strength, cardio, all in one. In less than 30 minutes. You're gonna love that. Last couple seconds. And relax. Great job, you guys. That is your warm up. Let's go ahead and head into our main part of our workout. All right, it's time to head into our first strength circuit. So we have 4 exercises completed for 2 rounds, 40 seconds of work to 10 seconds of rest. There's not a lot of time there for transition between exercises, so we're gonna use relatively the same weights through these 4 exercises. We've got the format of the exercises are going to be a total body exercise, an upper body, a lower body, and a core. So we're gonna get a little bit of everything all in this circuit. I'm gonna be using for my weight this round, 15 pounds for all 4 of these exercises. That is just a reference, not a recommendation. So find what medium is for you. We can always swap it out later. Okay, so I'm gonna get my timer started and we are kicking things off with a thruster. Here we go. 10 seconds on the clock. I'm grabbing my 15-pound weights. Hold them right at your shoulders, feet hip distance apart. Here we go, sit back into your squat. Lots of movement, lots of power as we push those weights overhead. Big exhale, press. Inhale, bring it back down. A little bit of everything in this move. Working lots of major muscle groups all at once is going to fire up that heart rate from the start today. So this is more of an endurance focused workout. We're not going to be pushing for the heaviest weights, somewhere in the medium to medium heavy range. Good. Relax for 10 seconds. Next up, alternating bent over row. So same weights for me this time. Soft bend in those knees, flat back, hinge towards the floor. We're going to alternate row, release. Row, release. Squeezing shoulder blade to spine, hugging that elbow towards the rib cage. Keeping your navel drawn up and in to engage your core. Now, if this feels easy, you can go into a single, double format where you pull 1, 1, and 2. You could pull both the whole time. Or the hardest option, start from the top and release. So you've got that iso hold at the top. So all kinds of options here based on how you're feeling and the weights you picked. Good, rest. Okay, 10 seconds off. We're heading into a lateral side lunge or alternating lateral lunge here. Feet together. We're gonna step out to one side. And you can do this with 2 dumbbells like me. You can do this with 1 dumbbell or none. All I ask is that you sit back into that heel, keep your chest lifted. You're gonna have that natural bend, natural hinge at the hips, which is perfect. Really power through as you push through that heel to stand back up tall. Good, sink low, push through that heel, lots of power. Excellent. Now we're moving on to our core exercise, our 4th exercise before we head back through. Plank, knee to elbow. We're going to cross knee to opposite elbow here from plank position. So I'm going to use my dumbbells to neutralize my wrists. Opposite knee, opposite elbow. You can also do this on the floor if your dumbbells aren't super stable. Mine have a flat side, so that makes it nice and easy. No matter what, make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Belly button drawn up and in to engage your core. Good. Feel those abs and obliques turn on as you drive that knee up and across. Last couple seconds. Excellent. Stand back up, 10 seconds. We're gonna go back through that all again. If you need to, swap out your weights, higher or lower, whatever you need. We're going into thrusters. Here we go. Now you know what you're doing. This is the last time with these exercises, so let's give it a little bit more if you have that in you. Here we go. Exhale, press. Inhale, return. From your glutes to your core to your shoulders. Use those muscle groups to push those weights up. One fluid motion if possible. We've got this. And rest. Good. We've got our bent over row. Remember your options. We're going to start with that alternating bent over row. Soft bend in those knees, flat back. Squeeze shoulder blade to spine as you pull. Again, you can do this alternating option, single, single, double, double the whole time, or more of a top-down curl. Good, strong back. No matter what you choose here, make sure your form is on, squeezing that back. Breathe, exhale, pull. Exhale on that exertion. That's gonna help you activate the right muscle groups. It's gonna help your core engage as well. Good, rest. Ooh, the sweat is already flowing over here. Lateral lunge, here we go, alternating. Weights, no weights. One weight, up to you. Good. Got that halfway point. Keep going, you guys. I love circuit training because it just seems to fly by. Lots of variety. Packed in. Last couple seconds. And rest. Knee to elbow. Last but not least, come down to your plank position. Knee to opposite elbow here. Belly button drawn up and in, engaged. Cross it over. Good, keep breathing, you guys. If you need to, you can also just hold that plank or come down to your knees. There's an option for everybody here. You choose what works for you. Meet yourself where you're at today. Couple seconds. And rest. Good. We can place those dumbbells back. We've got a 30-second rest period. We're heading into our first HIIT burst, which is going to be about 2 minutes long. We've got 3 exercises, 1 round each, 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. I want you to give your all within these bursts. Up first, we've got a squat jump. Now you can keep this as a squat for low impact, squat to calf raise as another option, or fully into that squat jump. If you are jumping, absorb that landing. Again, option to take the jump out and go to a calf raise instead. Jumping up onto those toes, not leaving the ground. Good. Almost there. 5 seconds. And rest. Good. 10 seconds here. Next up, lateral high knees. So we're going to start at one end of our space. High knees over, high knees back. Here we go. So we're just moving with it. If this trips you up, you can definitely just do high knees in place. I like to get some lateral work involved, especially if A lot of our movements are front to back. This helps us get a little side to side, plank of motion. Good. Feel that core working to bring those knees up. And rest. Good. One more exercise. This one, we're going to be down in a plank. 3 plank walks over, burpee, plank walk back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up and back. On this one, you are welcome to step instead of jump as you go into that plank or out of that plank. Beautiful. Relax. All right, you guys, we're going to grab our first water break here. So go ahead and take a sip of water. I'll meet you back here for the second half. Welcome back from your water break. We are officially halfway through the workout. So next up, we've got our second strength circuit. 4 new exercises, 40 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 2 rounds. So I'm again going to be using my 15-pound weights throughout most of these. However, for the last one, it's a little challenging. On the 4th exercise, I'm going to drop it back to about 10 pounds on that one. So just kind of keep an eye out. I'll keep you posted as we go through to keep you aware of when to switch out your weights for that one. All right, you guys, we are up first with a sumo deadlift upright row. So go ahead and grab your medium to medium heavy weights and let's get started. Sumo deadlift upright row. So our sumo stance is wide, toes facing the front corners of the room. Here we go. We're going to hinge down, sink into those heels. As we come up, pull your weights towards your chin. Elbows come up to about shoulder height. Deadlift and pull. So you can break this up where you stop and then pull, or you can do one fluid motion down, pull it up. You really want to, if you're doing that version, make sure you have good core control. We don't want to be arching our back at all here, but just rather standing up nice and powerfully. Good, keep rolling with it. Last couple. Good, okay. Next up, cross body bicep curl. Standing up nice and tall, roll those shoulders back. Weights in either hand. We're just gonna curl towards the opposite shoulder. Keep a nice neutral wrist here. We don't need to be switching position. Essentially just like we're tossing our weight over our shoulder is what it feels like to me. Keep your elbow in close to your side. Flex that bicep as you take it up. Good. Try to minimize any swinging that might be going on here. We don't want to rely on momentum, but rather just keep it slow and controlled. Good. Relax. Okay. Next up, curtsy lunge with a clean. We're going to alternate here. So my weights are down when I'm in the curtsy lunge. We clean them up in between reps. So lunge diagonally back, weights are down at your sides. You use a lot of force and power. Clean them up, switch legs. Clean them up, switch legs. So we're relying on that front leg. Lots of power as we stand up to help us propel those weights. So of course our biceps are going to be involved, but a lot of this we want to be coming from the glutes and the hips. Make sure your hips are facing forward with that curtsy, stepping back and diagonal, shooting those weights up to shoulders. Quick switch out of those weights. I'm going down to 10 pounds here. Quick swap, we've got T-plank with an optional push-up. Okay, so make sure you're stable with those weights. We're opening up to the ceiling. Dropping it back down, push up on knees or toes. Right back up to that plank, T-plank, and push up. Now, if you do not feel comfortable on those weights, keep your hands on the floor and open with that dumbbell instead. Totally possible either way, but now you understand why we are dropping the weights a little bit here. Good, relax. All right, quick switch. We're going back through those again. I'm going back to my 15-pound weights for our deadlift upright row. Here we go. Sumo stance, deadlift, upright row. Again, exhaling with the exertion. So inhale down, exhale, pull. Make sure your toes are nice and loose. So we don't want to be pushing a lot of our weight in our toes or balls of our feet here. Sit back into it. Rest. Good. Up nice and tall for our crossbody bicep curls. Breathe. I know those total body moves really fire up the heart rate. Here we go. Crossbody curl. Keep hanging in there with me, you guys. We're almost through our strength circuit. Then we just have our little HIIT burst. That's it. So give it what you have. Whatever energy you have left to give that will leave you feeling super accomplished at the end of this, turn it on here because you are on the home stretch. Good, relax. Curtsy lunge to a clean. Feet together. Roll the shoulders back. Here we go. Curtsy, clean. Again, we want to really be pulling through that front heel. Lots of power to stand up, which will also drive those weights. And yes, we are burning out those biceps, adding that extra layer after those curls, which is nice, right? Last couple seconds, hang in there. Push with me. T-planks are up next with an optional push-up, so we're gonna downgrade our weights a little bit. Unless you feel good with the ones you have. Mine are a little too much for that. T-plank, optional push-up. Stack those shoulders. Rotate down. Push up. Hips are okay to rotate here. As you open up, you just want to keep those feet grounded. Navel drawn up and in to keep that core engaged. Hang in there with me. We are so close. And rest. Good. Alrighty. Weights can go down, you guys. Strength circuit number 2 is done. We've got our HIIT burst. Same 3 exercises as we did before. So we've got that squat jump, lateral high knees, and that plank walk to a burpee as our 3 moves. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Let's push here. This is it. Last 2 minutes of hard work today. Squat jumps up first. Here we go. Remember the modifications that I gave you before? Squat up onto the toes. You're still going to drive lots of power with that without all the joint impact. Find your endurance here. You've got it. Test what you can do. Woo! Relax. Shake it out. Lateral high knees. Or modification for that is going to be a knee repeater. Switch every 4 or 5 reps on that. Light on the balls of the feet here. Core engaged to lift. Over halfway, let's go. Pick up the pace for 5. And rest. Great job. Woo, last and final move. 3 plank walks with a burpee, step or jump. Here we go. Here we go, you guys. Down to 5. Finish it out. Keep moving. And rest. Woo! Inhale. Exhale it out. Great job. Go ahead and find a mat or comfortable space on the floor. We are going to head into our cool down. As our heart rates continue to cool down here, continue to take big inhales, exhales, we're gonna head into our 5-minute cool down. So we've got 10 exercises, 30 seconds each. I'll have you just start up on your feet with me, and then we'll eventually make our way down to the mat. First up, we've got some neck stretches. We did a fair amount of back and shoulder work today. So we're just gonna start first, dropping right ear to right shoulder. Hold it here for a couple of seconds. Good. Halfway point, we're going to switch sides. So here in 3, 2, 1, roll that chin down towards the chest and over. Left ear to left shoulder. Hold here. Big inhales, exhales, release it all. Good. Overhead reach with a side bend. Inhale up overhead. Exhale, drop one arm, lean to the side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, opposite side, reach. Keep following your breath with this one here. Alternating, feeling that stretch through the side body. Good. Tree hug, chest opener. For a tree hug, palms face you. Interlock those fingers, round out the upper back. And for our chest stretch, we're going to do the opposite. Take it behind our back, open through the chest, interlock the fingers, open up. Good. Same thing out front. Just keep alternating every 3 or so seconds. Chest and back. Good. Make your way down to the mat, left foot in front, half kneeling position. From here, we're going to shift our weight into that front leg, into that left leg, and then shift our weight back as we straighten out that front leg, toe to the ceiling, hamstring stretch. Good. Back forward, runner's lunge, chest up high, hamstring stretch, draw it back. Tuck that tailbone in your runner's lunge, and then lengthen. Pigeon stretch, that leg that's out front, we're gonna take it across so that foot is lined up with that other knee. Drop your knee to the floor, lengthen that stance, dropping your hips closer to the mat. You're welcome to stay up high or drop down into that stretch and breathe. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper. Good. Press up out of that. We're going to go runner's lunge to hamstring stretch on the opposite leg. So opposite leg out front, tuck the tailbone, chest up tall, lean forward. Shift it back, hamstring stretch, toe up to the ceiling. Every 2 or so seconds, switching positions. Take in all that hard work you did today. You rocked it. Pigeon, that front foot is going to come in line with that back knee. Drop your front knee towards the floor. Lengthen your stance here, dropping your hips close to the floor, and then find the depth that you would like to go here. Next up, half kneeling shoulder stretch. Press up out of that one, bring it to all fours. We're gonna take left arm underneath the right side of the body. Keep your hips high, but allow your upper body to sink into the floor. Next up, switching sides. Right arm comes underneath, palm up to the ceiling. Let gravity pull you towards the floor here. Feel that shoulder blade pull away from the spine. Downward dog calf stretch. Tuck those toes under. We're going to press those hips up, upside down V. Push back into your heels here, lengthening through the backs of the legs. Now from here, I want you to pedal it out. Straightening one leg, bending the other. Feeling a nice deep calf stretch, and maybe you bring those feet a little closer together. Whatever feels best. Let your chest drop through. Good. Walk it up. And that is your cool down. Thank you so much for joining me for this short, sweet workout. I hope you're feeling strong and accomplished, and I look forward to working out with you again soon. My name's Nicole. Thanks for being a part of the Fitness Blender family, and this is your workout complete.